Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Bud and Sports channel. DraftKings week 7, 8.
Eight.
We're that deep in the season.
Yeah,
We
but
that
all
deep.
of it has been a blur.
Yeah. Yep.
It's been a rough one this season, but we made some good calls so far. We have good episodes.
We did. I mean, at the very least, I ended up in the green in the past weekend. Wasn't a lot.
Didn't you get like 200? You said
no. No. I knew I wasn't gonna stay there because, like I said, Terry McLaurin and Zay Flowers, they didn't give me enough, and all I had left in the afternoon games was Musgrave. So I knew I wasn't gonna stay in first, but at the very least, I ended in green, so I could hold on to that. Maybe I could build off that. We'll see.
Green.
plus 0 out. Like, did you win something or you zeroed out?
Oh no, it was like $10 at the very end.
How much was the buy-in?
$1.
$1?
Oh, to get in?
Yeah.
Oh, on the winner take alls, they were. What was it? Was it the 25-cent ones? But the main tournament.
Wait,
The one.
First off, we gotta talk about that off air. I didn't know there was 25-cent games.
Bro, there's always been 25 cents game.
Yeah, you could enter some winner take alls for 25 cents. That's the beauty of DraftKings.
One time I entered about 100 different times in different like 25 10 centers, just because I was like. Yeah, you just keep on making lineups, and you're like, okay, my weird ones, I'm gonna throw 25 cents on them. My more confident ones, I feel $1, maybe $5.
One thing to do is you at the early weeks you find the 10-cent tournaments, right? And then I'll spend $1. Yeah. So what you do is you pick on the 10 cents tournaments and you make all your lineups for that week in that 10-cent tournament. So let's say you want to make 10 lineups. You're only spending $1 to make it, right? And then from there, out of the 10, I'll usually pick one or two that I feel like, okay, these two I really, really like and I feel confident in. Let me enter them in other ones.
Correct.
But yeah. Usually what happens.
Good information for the folks out there like me, only doing $50 and $100 ones.
Yo, you crazy.
I'm just kidding. I only do the most I ever done was 10, but I usually do $10, in between the $1 to $5. Like $5's usually the
Yeah, those are the good ones.
But I thought $1 was the lowest. I didn't know there were cent ones.
Nah, there's set ones. And the thing is, the set ones pay out if you know which ones you pick.
They do,
because they got winner take all one in them too.
Yeah. Well, good information for me and the folks out there. Perfect introduction. These are your two guys who knows about this. That's Francis.
Oh, it's good, everybody. I did a little better with my picks last week. Let's keep it rolling.
And the other buddy is Spuddy.
What's going on, everyone? How are we doing? What's happening? What's good, y'all? I didn't do quick picks this week because I fucked up in the interview. So I was like, man, fuck quick picks.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Spuddy.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Hey, I'm already over it, but I mean, at the time after the interview, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like doing it this week. So that's why no quick picks, but we back on it again. And yeah.
Hell yeah. And as always, I'm Doug Lightning Leche, aka if anybody wants anything in fantasy, just take it from me because I'm done. Done with it. Throw everything out the window, burn
Keep
the
fighting.
hole.
Keep fighting.
Nah.
Keep fighting.
Addison basically told me, you're done fighting, kid. Just give it up. But
fighting, I believe.
Huh?
Nah, I was just saying, keep fighting. I believe.
Keep fighting. I thought you asked me something. But yeah, welcome into the DraftKings episode. We gave you some good DraftKings information. Now to give you some better information on who you should be spending your money on. As we always do on this episode, we're going to give you our top 2 money guys and our top 2 value dollar guys under 6,000. These are all guys who we think might break the slate this week. So let's jump right into it, as we always do with the quarterbacks. Like we were saying off air, the quarterback slate this week is really nice. There's a lot of good juice out there. The question is, what juice is going to be juicing? And I think you go with the guy that always got the juice, and that's Patty Mahomes, 8,400. I know it's a divisional game. I know it's at Denver, but name me a team out there that can't go out there and put 30 on Denver, besides the Raiders.
Yeah.
Just in, Mahomes is gonna get 40. Damn.
Oh shit! He got the script. They leaked the script.
They leaked the script, dude. I didn't even look that I have it. Sorry. But yeah, I have the script, and this week he's gonna go off. I think they found their stride. Last time he played Denver, he scored 21. Threw a couple. I think he threw like an interception or two that game.
Yeah,
still was able to get 21. They played a better defense last week, got 37. And if you're looking at Mahomes' numbers, the past couple of weeks they've been up, and I think they continue up this week. And he goes for another 30 burger, in between 30 and 35 burger.
The streak continues.
The streak continues. I think he has another 3 to 4 TD game.
All right. Dang, that sucks for Denver. Was it 17 straight?
Yeah, I don't know. The way they've been looking, I don't think they win this one. Like I said, they played their best game against Mahomes and still lost. So.
Oh yeah, that is true. Between them, there's that crazy streak since Denver has won a game against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's continuing.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, and then next over here, we are gonna go. They finally put him where he might belong. CJ Stroud, 6,300. He made it.
Hey, that boy CJ.
This is a rookie on a rookie battle. It's at Carolina, but Carolina puts up a good fight always. Even though they haven't won a game, they're very feisty. And the most similar team to them would be the Houston Texans. So
that's true. I agree with that.
So I think this is going to be a
6-3 game.
Nah. I think this has a better chance of being a 21 to maybe 17 game. But I see CJ Stroud having the better day as a quarterback.
Yeah. The over under to this game is 43. I would take the over.
Now that's my normal DraftKings analyst. Now what my core is telling me is look out for CJ Stroud this week, dude. 6,300. I think he might be scratching 28 to 30 this week.
I like it. I agree.
I see him scoring one with his feet. I see him scoring one with his feet, and I see him throwing possibly 1 or 2. So 3. I'm gonna call it. He's gonna have 3 overall touchdowns this weekend. Whether that be all 3 throwing or 1 or 2 rushing, however, but I think he gets 3 and he's going to be in the 28 points. Somewhere around there.
I love it.
I like that call.
I love it. I will tell you what, Dougie. I've made one lineup so far for the week, and that is the QB1. Yeah, we're thinking along the same lines.
Now, as you scroll down and you pass bitch ass Dak and laugh that you're not picking him, we're going to get below the 6,000. Crazy, he's even above the 6,000. You know, but we're gonna go down and we're gonna scratch down. And one person I kind of like this week that I feel like I really shouldn't like this week, but it's tea time.
Tyrod
Taylor, 5,003.
Hey, I mess with this pick heavy.
All right, Giants without Daniel Jones look like they could put up a fight.
Yep, that's sad to say.
In a 14-7 win over Washington, Tyrod Taylor was able to eke out 21 points. And I think going against the Jets, I know the Jets have a better defense, but they're banged up. And I think the Giants are going to build on this little juice. They're still garbage, don't get me wrong. They're still garbage. But I think they're going to build on this little juice and string together 2 back-to-back games that are going to raise some eyebrows. Like, should we even put Daniel Jones back in? Is it tea time for the rest of the season? we'll see. But 5,300, I like my odds. I see him getting to the 20s again this week, which at 5,300, good on you. Now, we're going to go to my last pick. And y'all ready? Because he's back again this week. It's the Ritter, baby.
Oof.
The Riddler.
Desmond Ritter. 5,100. Now, I know it's not at home, and that's where he plays his best. But this cat, the past 3 games have been stringing together some pretty good fantasy days. I know last week he got 16, but I guarantee, if I can remember correct, he was under the 6,000s. Probably close to 5,000 again like he is now. Which means 16 points ain't too bad if you're banking on spending more money on receivers or running backs who you think is going to make the slate. So I think as a value... Oh, go ahead.
Hey, just to add to that why he was 16, he did lose 3 fumbles. So I don't think he'll do that again. Just say it. Just say it. So I like this pick, Dougie. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a very safe value pick. I don't think he's going to break the slate, but like I said, if you're looking for a low value quarterback who's almost guaranteed to get you at least 15, I think you can bank on Riddler this week. 15 and up. Anything above 15, W. I think you can bank on him this week because I also... And I'll say it before you, Francis, so you don't jinx him. I think Bijan Robinson has a good weekend, which will help.
Oh, God.
I'm not feeling good.
I'm sorry about that, Spuddy. I'm mad for you.
Hey,
that's crazy.
I wasn't expecting
That's crazy.
that, right?
I know.
That was crazy.
I was like,
I know. But I think against a weaker defense, he has a semi-bounce back. I don't see him going off. But I think he won't do what he did.
All right. But luckily for everyone, I'm retired from talking about Bijan. So don't worry.
We got 2 jerseys up in the Raptor this year: Javonte Williams and Bijan Robinson.
Javonte and Bijan makes these slates. It makes these slates a little smaller, a little easier for me. You know. And
the Raptors.
Here's the difference, though. Javonte's ass, so it's on him. Bijan's not ass. It's Arthur Smith that's ass for not using him the way they should be using him. Yeah. He should get all the volume, but he wants to include Algier and he wants to include Cordarrelle Patterson. Okay, but we'll talk about running backs.
Yeah. Open discussion for QBs. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Spuddy.
No. I'm just sighing. I'm sighing.
Okay.
I'm sighing.
Okay. As I was saying off where this slate has a lot of options, a lot of potential 30-point breakers on here. Lamar Jackson obviously had a great game last week. We know what he can do, and he does have stretches throughout the season where he's playing at a very high level. We saw week 2, 3, and 4, 22 points, 32 points, 29 points. So just because he went off last week doesn't mean he's going to automatically cool off or anything like that, especially against an Arizona team. So I would say make a few lineups with Lamar Jackson in it. If we're looking to save some money, as a 49er fan, this is going to pay me to say, but Joe Burrow. If Kirk Cousins and Jordan Addison could do what they did Monday night against that defense and secondary, then Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins could definitely do that shit against them. So I'm not saying that even if the Niners win, which I hope they do, that the Bengals offense won't show up. I very much think if the 49ers want to win this game, they have to at least minimum score 30 points like they have been. So Joe Burrow is definitely a good option at 6K.
No, good idea with Joe Burrow. Did Fred Warner get a little banged up at the end of the game?
He sure did, and I don't know how serious it is yet. So that's another stressor.
I mean, they haven't really announced it, but it might be one of those things that it might be a game time, no play game for him.
I hope it was a dead leg or something.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm hoping that's all it was.
I got no news from that, but I mean, that's something to know about with that Joe Burrow pick.
Yep.
Here's a crazy value pick that I'm gonna go with. We're gonna go with the Minshew Mania train.
Don't go with this, Dad.
Ooh, I like Minshew. It's hard not to like this man. He is the definition of zero fucks.
Yeah,
zero fucks.
And here's the thing, and that's why I'm picking him. That's why I'm picking him, because I love it. Hey, against the Cleveland defense, riddled with mistakes too. He turned over the ball 4 times. 4 times.
4 times.
But
4 times.
But
what?
34 fucking points, baby. 30
Dancing in the end zone after those turnovers doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly. He's home again against a Saints defense. I would consider Cleveland's defense a lot better than Saints defense, even though they're both, I want to say, top tier.
Good. Yeah.
Top tier defense. So I like a Gardner Minshew pick. A wild card pick. That's a wild card pick right there. And,
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like he doesn't have weapons either, just in case. He's got a few weapons up his sleeve, and the man can run it. So why not? Gardner Minshew, get on out there.
Yes, sir. There's a Minshew train being built right now.
Is it gonna be like Heineke though?
It might be, but you got to catch this man at the right time.
Catch it now before you're left behind.
Gardner Minshew just reminds me of a guy that's just happy to be there. He's just like, dude, I get to play fucking football on Sunday. Fuck you guys. He doesn't care how many picks, how many fumbles. He's like, yo, I'm out here.
And the train's gonna be going on for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Minshew Mania. I'm with it.
That's all I got.
Quickly on that game. That game was trash. They robbed them. They robbed the Colts. I'm just saying.
That's crazy. I didn't watch any highlights from that game. I just knew it was really close, so I had no details of like flags or any like significant plays that happened. Bro. Yeah.
Straight rob, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, ref's been on one this season.
Nah, bro, it was some blatant like you got to parlay, my boy. I know you do.
You got to parlay, my boy.
Ain't no way.
Or you got some big sharks on your head in your pockets.
Yeah, one of the two. Ain't no way, bro. Like you just out here making calls.
Was it as blatant as the Rams helmet? Not only pass interference, but helmet to helmet personal foul.
I'll say along those lines for sure.
Damn, I gotta look it up then. Look it up.
Two flags, bro. So that saved them. 2. That's the thing. Not just 1, 2.
Yeah,
2 flags.
Yeah, look it up. Back to this QBs. Anything else, or we'll wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right. So to summarize, we have Patty Mahomes 8,400. Then we have the Rookie of the Year, CJ Stroud 6,300. Which, just quotations on that, it would have been AR if he wasn't hurt, but gotta stay healthy to win anything. As are my 2 value guys this week. If you want someone that's a possible big points guy, Tyrod Taylor 5,300. And if you want the safe with high up potential, look no further than Desmond Ridder 5,100.
Riddler.
And then Another thing I heard was if you choose any Chiefs players and they show Taylor Swift, you get an extra 3 points every time they do it. That's what I heard.
Damn. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
For real,
would not be surprised. At this point, I can't tell who's using who. Is the NFL using her or is she using the NFL? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like it. But, yeah.
And with that, I'm going to now pitch it back. See, I usually hand it off. I pitched it to you this time.
Oh, it was a pitch. Good play call.
Mm-hmm. The Francis and the running backs. Let's get it.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Let's hope to keep this going. Get some solid picks. I'm gonna start with the King. I'm going with the King this week. I went with the King. Showed up. And I feel like at home against the Falcons, which I can't fully buy into this Falcons defense yet. I know they're solid, but I don't want to say that they're good yet. I just feel like they're solid.
They're creeping to top 10. I put them at like 11, 12.
Ooh, okay. Well, as long as they're 11, 12, I think Derrick Henry could get himself 100 yards and a touchdown. So Derrick Henry at 7,600 at home. Derrick Henry has been a roller coaster of a ride this season. He's been all over the place. He's in the teens. His floor has been 2 points, which recent memory, I don't think I ever remember his floor being 2 points.
Nah.
But his ceiling is still there. Still very capable of getting to 25 to 30 points. We saw week 4 against the Bengals, got to 27. And last week against the Ravens, or week 6 against the Ravens, he didn't have a terrible game. It was only 3 yards shy of the 100-yard mark, which would have got you the 3 bonus points. But he ended the day at 19 points. At home against the Falcons, I think Henry is going to have a favorable game script just because I have not seen the Falcons blow anybody out. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that sounds coming out, but they have not destroyed any teams.
We ain't saying nothing. We never said
nothing. No, but I felt it coming. You know that feeling behind your neck, like I just felt like you guys are gonna fucking.
Hey, you know what's funny? a different statement you said. I was about to be like, "Hey, yo."
Okay, all right. I know. I'm just digging myself in a deeper hole here. Anyways.
Whoa.
Hey. Yo.
I'm not going to be able to finish this pick.
Go ahead.
All right. Derrick Henry at 7,600 at home against the Falcons. Let's get it. We're going to end it there.
Okay.
Second pick is going to be Alvin Kamara, 7,300 at
Alvin!
Man, to me, this guy has risen from what I thought was the graveyard of his career. I thought it was on the decline.
I'm telling you, ever since he got activated, Derek Carr was like, "Oh, a reliable check down. You receivers don't matter to me. I'm checking down.
I don't see anyone else."
Hey, look at it. Kamara did great with Drew Brees, the check down king, when he threw out his shoulder one last time. Derek Carr, my shoulder hurts. Hey, there's Kamara.
We'll check it down to Kamara.
My shoulder hurts.
I think it makes sense. Sense, just a little.
Yeah,
just a little.
No, so when you put it like in that context, it hella makes sense.
Just like that. I mean, if you were to take away Week 5 against New England, because New England loves. I mean, he did get 22 rushing attempts, but I'm talking solely passing attempts, like receiving attempts. This man is basically WR1 on the Saints now, next to Olave.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy the amount of targets he gets. And to your guys' point, it's Derek Carr. It's like all of a sudden has gotten tunnel vision on Alvin Kamara. There was even a clip circulating on Instagram where this guy over the middle was wide open. It was one of his other checkdowns. It might have been the backup running back. But wide open, had plenty of green in front of him. Not a single defender picked him up. And Derek Carr had tunnel vision to Kamara on the sideline and then threw a duck. So I was just like, oh my God, he's missing big opportunities just zoning in on this guy. But the reality is that he is getting Alvin Kamara the ball. Mm-hmm. So volume alone, if we're just talking about volume by itself, 7,300 Alvin Kamara, it's worth it. You're gonna get a high floor.
Yep.
The only thing you need to hope for is that a touchdown or two comes with it. Mm-hmm. But I think Kamara is a must play every week now with Derek Carr. First value, and he just barely makes the value mark. I'm going with Breece Hall, 5,900 against the Giants. And now, you could, I wouldn't be mad at you if you went on the other side and went Saquon Barkley. I feel like against, either side, both of these guys could have big games. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson is going to be a main focal point on this offense that's trying to keep it simple enough for Zach Wilson just to compete. Mm-hmm. So, again, volume alone, I think Breece Hall is going to get you there. He's been getting involved in the passing game more. He has increased workload in the run game. He's completely taken over as RB1 over Dalvin Cook. So 5,900 against a Giants team that they are playing better with Tyrod Taylor overall as a whole team. Even that defense has been stepping up. But it's a battle for New York game. Both teams are going to come with the heat. I think Breece Hall is going to get a lot of touches this game. Second value, we're going to get down to the 4K range. I'm skipping over the supposed starter of this team, which is Miles Sanders. Ooh. And I'm going with Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going with Chuba. Now, the opportunities that Chuba has gotten from this team, he's clearly shown that he's better than Miles Sanders this year. And then especially
I'll double down on that as well.
Yeah, just eye test and stats alone, it tells you that Hubbard is the better back this year, and Miles Sanders is beat up everywhere. He has gotten injury all over his body. I think he's gotten like shoulder, knee, ankle. Like what hasn't been injured on this man? So I don't see Carolina. Don't make it into something it's not. I don't see Carolina giving Miles Sanders a big workload. But I do see Hubbard at $100 cheaper, 4,800 at home against the Texans, which I also think will be a very competitive game. Hubbard should see a good amount of touches this week. And that's all for me. So I'm gonna let you guys have the floor before I say anything else.
All right. Real quickly, I got three things to say. One, my first guy, I'm going to say look at Travis Etienne Jr. this week. Mm-hmm. He's been putting a string of three good games together. Mm-hmm. The Jags, I'm so pissed after I trade him, but the Jags finally are like, okay, we have a guy, and we're going to stick with you. Mm-hmm. And it's been paying off. Yep. He's been scoring over 20 every time, and week 5 was able to almost get 40, 39. He's been stringing together some good games, and I think he should have another 20-point game or higher against Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh has JJ there, but I think there's some holes in Pittsburgh.
TJ.
Sorry. Yeah, they're brothers, right?
Get the letters right, my friend.
Sorry. Then, before I get to my value, guys, I just want to say something real quick about Swift. Don't ever choose Swift in fantasy. Don't choose them in DraftKings. No lineup, no nothing, unless you're just looking for a guy to get you in the teens. Because D Swift would honestly have 20 points every game if the Eagles didn't brotherly shove. I swear to God, that guy has 2 touchdowns all year, and he's been playing amazing. Yeah. It's just when they get to the goal line, you know what's coming. It can't be stopped. No one has stopped it.
That's the wildest part to me. Everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows exactly what's going to happen. Unless you Troy Polamalu it and time it perfectly and jump over the line and tackle the quarterback, you're not going to stop it.
Bro, and that's the crazy thing is if you look at D Swift's numbers, 17, 17, 16, 18. Oh, yeah. Add a TD to them.
Oh, yeah. One. which he would have if they would have handed him the ball off. So So you would be looking at what 23, 24, 23, 25. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
just
huge difference.
if you're looking for a 20-point guy, stay away 6,300 from DeAndre Swift. I'm just saying, my opinion, what I think. Now to my value guy of the week. Go down. Where was his name? I just seen this dude. Hang on, let me find this guy again. He's in the low. Oh, here he is. Kareem Hunt, 5,200.
Damn it, Dougie! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I was locked and loaded. I was locked and loaded.
Oh, take it away, Spuddy.
No,
take it away.
Okay.
I have something to say too. Go ahead.
Look, we've been waiting for this moment. When Chubb went down, we're like, oh, Hunt has to get on the team. They're rocking with Ford, and Ford was doing a good job. But
yeah, he wasn't playing bad.
Hey, but now he got banged up. He's injured. Now it's Kareem Hunt to really take it to another level. Now, he's got some games under his belt. Last game he got 2 touchdowns. I think we start cranking to another level of the dual threat of Kareem Hunt. Also, if P.J. Walker is going to be quarterback, or even Deshaun Watson, the way he's playing, Kareem Hunt is going to reflect, I don't know if they're actually going to throw it to him. I think he could reflect Alvin Kamara numbers if they decide to use Kareem Hunt like that. And I think I think
1,000% agree.
And I think that it could lead to positive if they do that, because the way Deshaun Watson playing, like, come on, it's yuck right now. And PJ Walker, big charisma guy, low stats though. So check down guy would be Kareem Hunt all the time. So I just think a lot of usage for Kareem Hunt to really take on the workload this week against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, no, I'll double down on that.
Before I realized that Ford was doubtful for this weekend, I didn't know he had gotten injured. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely Kareem Hunt's stock goes up. But I was gonna say Kareem Hunt is an interesting play because he's sniping all the touchdowns from Ford. Exactly. Like he's not really like, yeah, he got double digit attempts, but when you look at yards per carry average, it's not that great. It's not like anything eye popping, right? But what has kept his fantasy numbers up is the sniping of the touchdowns. But if he doesn't snipe them, be left with like 3 to 5 points. But all that goes out the window because Ford is not likely to play, and if Ford doesn't play, then I agree with everything you guys said. Yeah. Kareem Hunt should see a big work day.
It's just that Kareem Hunt was being used as that third down option, the third down back. Yeah. So, and then of course, especially in the red zone, he's sniping touchdowns, and his yards average have been a little lower than what Ford would do, but I mean, now he's the main back. He's probably going to be the main back now, so that should change. I feel big game.
Yeah. All right, I can get behind that.
I got another wild card, man. He's playing against the Jaguars. No, I'm not talking about Najee Harris. I'm talking about Jaylen Warren. Possible play.
Warren.
They keep on saying that he's the more productive back. He's a change of pace back, and they like to use him out of the backfield as well. So, for pass catching. So, I think this would be a really good game for Jaylen Warren to have like a one-off situation where he really performs. And
yeah.
That's what
I can see that.
That's what I'm going with, but. Side note, I think this is a very running back heavy lineup. Like, I would pick a flex as running back.
Three backs
this week. I'm thinking about a 3 back.
I like it.
3 back flex this week going into week 8. Just a random throw it in there.
Right.
Go ahead and wrap it.
All right, to wrap up the running backs, first top pick is going to be Derrick Henry at home, 7,600. Second, I am going with Alvin Kamara at Colts, 7,300. First value is going to be Breece Hall at Giants, 5,900. And moving down to the 4K, we got Chuba Hubbard at home against the Texans, 4,800. All right, Spuddy, it's a lot to cover in the wide receiver position. Take us away.
All right. The wide receiver position. A lot of guys come back from byes. A lot of guys playing just on Sunday this week. So a lot of filler in this one. So I'm gonna just keep it what I feel is more consistent in my top dollar guys, who I feel like are gonna just produce consistent good numbers. And my first one, I picked them last week, didn't do so hot last week. I think it was just, the weird game against Pittsburgh, but I got Cooper Kupp against this Cowboy defense, 9,000. This is a recipe for Kupp to have 10 plus receptions this week and possibly a touchdown or two. I don't know what the yardage is going to be, but I'm calling 10 reception game, 10 plus game, 2 touchdowns for him, which is something you would want from Kupp, Triple Crown King, Yeah, that's all I really got. I think Cowboys defense will allow this to happen. That's all I could really say after knowing my team's defense and what they will allow and what they would break down. It's just Cooper Kupp. This is a Cooper Kupp game.
You see him dicing him up is what you're saying.
Dice, thank you. Dice him up. Dice him.
Got it.
Up next, game that we're saying that's going to be a really good back and forth game, Houston, Carolina, which means Adam Thielen at 6,600.
Hey, consistent man that got a huge price hike.
He did. And what's the theme here? Consistency.
Yep.
In 5 games, his lowest is 15 points. Only 15. Only 15. So
hit 33 times already.
3 times, crazy, 2 in a row last time. I think this is a good defense where he could get another 30 burger again. I like Adam Thielen.
I like it.
So
I'm so mad I drafted him, then dropped him like he was nothing.
Man,
pain. That's pain.
No, that's rage for you.
Rage after 1 week, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you just don't make vast decisions after 1 week.
Yep.
After 1 week.
Yes.
Don't.
You drop Thielen, you drop Goddard, you trade Etney. Next thing you know, you won a game.
Won a game. And at the end of the year, everyone should screenshot their transactions, and we got to give an award for best, quote unquote, best game manager of the season. That's the plaque. That's one of the plaques of the season.
It's all about the pickups. All about the pickups. All right, going to the value picks now. I think I would consider this guy the number 1 here, but I might be wrong. Because it's been a whole 180 since the first week of the season for this guy and the team and who they go with, and that's Christian Kirk, 5,900. I feel like we've been kind of, I wouldn't say duped, but we're really going with Calvin Ridley of the resurgence story, but we had to realize, hey, Christian Kirk got the bag. He could play. Of course, they're going to feed the ball to him, and
he's been on the team. Lawrence knows.
Familiarity, yes, and consistent numbers. But I feel like I feel like he could go off against the Pittsburgh defense. That's just me.
Yeah. That's
just me.
Secondary's not good. They just rely on TJ Watt to do all the work.
Exactly. So I expect at least a 20-point game from Kirk. So that's what I feel.
He's been very safe and consistent this year. That's for sure.
My next value guy. this goes on the play that we are going with the guy I mentioned in quarterback land, Gardner Minshew. And this guy kind of popped up saying, hey, he's a target I like. And that is Josh Downs, 4,800.
Yes, yeah.
You know,
emergence.
You're seeing the chemistry built between these two. And he's a speedster. He's not the biggest guy on the team, but he's a speedster. He provides matchup problems. So I could continue to see Josh Downs really pushing the pace of like having another 100-yard game, having a 2-touchdown game possibly, and having a big reception game against the Saints. So I expect Josh Downs to have a really good game. He's a very, very low value guy. So if you're struggling in the flex position, he would be a perfect pickup to me.
Yeah.
And that's all I got. Open the board for y'all. Crazy. Y'all said that at the same time.
I just want to see how you don't make a lineup with Tyreek. I mean,
yeah,
I think his numbers speak for itself. He's literally scratching 40 almost all the time. I'll see. I mean, I know it's New England and what New England does, but it's at Miami, and I think Tyreek has another huge game, at least 25 and up.
Last time they played this year, 15 points for Tyreek.
For my personal sanity, at some point this season I need him to score more than 47.5. Need him to outdo week 1. Because you don't tell me you peaked on week 1 just to snatch my bag and then went back down and never did it again. And never did it again. I need you to score 50 one time, Tyreek.
Hey, don't tell me that DJ Moore outdid you this season.
Yeah. Come on. You're Tyreek Hill. You break the game. But yeah, you're right, Dougie. Yeah, there shouldn't be a world where you don't throw Tyreek Hill in one of your lineups every week.
Yeah, especially since there's 10-cent games now.
Yeah, throw him in there.
Throw him in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like Cooper Kupp. I just feel like that's such a headache now. Him and Puka Nacua. Like I thought he was gonna drift more to Kupp, but after last week, I'm like, okay, I guess this matchup wise, which I do agree with Spuddy. I like Kupp better than Puka this week. I mean, honestly, with our secondary, I can see them both getting in the 20s. Honestly,
that's what I'm seeing.
But I mean, if you were going to ask me who's going to have the better game, I do agree with Spuddy. I think Kupp. But if you want to go a little lower, I think you can also put a lineup in Nacua, just because, like I said, they can both easily go for 20 with our secondary. I think I like Ayuk having a bounce back game. I think he's been very quiet the past 3 years. Single digits, 10, 11.
I was gonna mention him.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. No. To add on to Ayuk, bro, I don't know what's up with Kyle Shanahan sometimes. The first half, Ayuk was eating.
Genius.
It was eating.
Genius.
Yes. The genius came out on Monday Night Football. Ayuk was perfect in the first half. Every play that they called for him, he ran the route, he got open, he caught the ball, he was solid. And then the second half came, and I don't even think he got a single target the whole second half. He did not catch one more ball in the whole second half. Mm-hmm. So hopefully Shanahan gets his head out of his ass. This is that Ayuk gets open, and he should be feeding him the ball, especially when Debo is not there or CMC is limited. You got Ayuk.
My only other reason why Shanahan, I feel like isn't going to him is maybe because he's a little banged up. He's just out there playing through it. That's the only guess I can make because with no Debo, let him CMC. How is Ayuk not eating? Like what's going on with this playbook, Mr. Mastermind?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like Ayuk, he gets open. That's all I can say. He gets open. He's just like Jamar Chase. I don't know if he's always open 24/7 like Jamar Chase, but I know Ayuk gets open a lot, and he should be getting the minimum 8 to 10 targets every game.
Yeah.
I have a couple value picks. I think honestly, I would take a chance. Like you could, there is a world that exists where you could double stack Kirk and Ridley. I feel like both are capable of having big games. If Trevor Lawrence just wakes up in a good mood. Now, the crazy thing about Calvin Ridley is like the target to reception ratio, and a lot of these games it's not efficient, which means him and Trevor Lawrence are trying to find each other, but they can't connect a lot of the times. And I do think that I think partly because they do use Calvin Ridley as the deep ball guy. So when you're trying to take a shot downfield, obviously that doesn't have a high completion percentage compared to somebody like Christian Kirk that runs every route basically. He can run the short routes and the big routes, but yeah, I would probably make one lineup double stacking them, or flip a coin on who you want to go with. But the other guy in that price range that I would go with this week on the other side is George Pickens. George Pickens, truly WR1 on that team. 3 times this season has gone over 100 yards receiving. Gets a healthy amount of targets. Kenny Pickett, but the last 2 games, George Pickens has been emerging, and I think they're trusting him more. I have heard little things about his attitude. I don't know how far that goes when all you're focused on is trying to win some games. So I think they're gonna keep feeding this guy.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
and it seems like Pickens actually likes Pickens, so the chemistry is there. That their go-to. I mean, if there's attitude, it's because the line is not helping Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, if the line can hold, I mean, where do you guys rank the Jaguars' pass rush? Is it special?
Mid.
Is it average?
Middle. Nothing too crazy. Not terrible.
Middle as fuck.
Yeah.
Early middle. They're in the 15, 16, 17 range.
Okay.
A value guy I kind of like this week. I'm not ready to say it, but they might finally have someone for Lamar. I like Zay Flowers this week.
Yeah,
I like him too, but it's such like a hit and miss sometimes. Like they'll show up this game, then the next game they'll do a career high of 18 drops.
Yeah, right.
It's true.
So I mean, I want
to. He's not. I'm not saying he's the number one. No, Lamar needs a one. He never had one. Give him one. But I think if you're not going to give him one, okay, Zay Flowers is showing he might be trustable. I'm not ready.
I think they spread the ball too much for Zay.
No, I like his pick because when you look at the targets that he gets, like the formula is there for Zay Flowers to have a 25-point and up game, right? It's there. Like targets, 11 targets, 8 targets, 6 targets. It's there. Like I feel like he's very capable of having a 2-touchdown game to go along with the production that he's had. It's the fact that we have not seen him break the 20-point ceiling yet. It's hard to realize it because it hasn't happened yet. But I think if you were to try to take a chance on a sleeper, like, go with sleeper picks every week, I think Zay Flowers is one of those guys because eventually those targets, like the amount of targets that he gets, is going to turn into a 2-touchdown game. He just gets a lot of opportunity on this offense. So if Lamar continues to play well and like keep up how he's been playing, I'm not mad at the pick at all. I'm not. Even though he hasn't broken 20 yet, I think he can.
I just see Baltimore having another good game. I don't know if they'll put up that many points again, but I just see them having another good game.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. It's a great
other
matchup.
Than Mark Andrews, he's all they got. Did you notice how there's no Ravens receiver before him, and he's in the 5,600s? What does that tell you, Baltimore? You have no receiver over 5,000. I mean, over 6,000, dude. You're that.
What does that say?
Your next receiver is Odell Beckham, way down here at 3,800.
I mean, if we want to call out some cheap WR1s and what's going on, Drake London is WR1 at 5,100. 51. Yeah. I mean, that's another one that it's kind of a good.
It kind of, but not really. It's like you got to hit the sweet spot though.
You just have to get the matchups. They're matchup guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. Who else?
Yeah, that's it for me. Spuddy.
Last name I want to mention before Spuddy wraps this up, and because you guys are Cowboy fans, does Dak keep giving Gallup chances, or is he going to move on?
I mean, you're not going to get points.
Yeah. At most, Gallup's going to get you is what he did week 6 against Arizona, and that's
the reason.
Okay.
I mean, at 3,400, if he gets me to 15, I'm happy. But the only reason I ask is because his targets are healthy. But he's not
catch rate is terrible.
Catching shit.
Catch rate is terrible. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like it. I think Arizona was his best game and his ceiling. The most I can see Gallup is having a 20-point game, but is it really worth the draft? And I say no.
All right.
Yeah,
you guys watch this team. Guys watch this team, so I will not argue.
I mean, honestly, those targets should go more towards Cook, anyways. I feel
put it like this: those 10 targets that he got last week, probably about 6 of them were in the dirt. So
dirt or were thrown away,
dirt or sell over his head. So they're not really targets.
Yeah.
So they're not.
Well, it's not Gallup we don't believe in. It's Dak.
I agree with you, Spuddy. I feel like a lot of those targets should be going to Brandon Cooks. But I guess that was my question is, because of the lack of catch rate with Gallup, do those targets then shift over to Cooks? Or is Dak... Because Dak has always liked Gallup. I've noticed that. Yeah. Even when he's not catching shit, he's still throwing his way.
Now, I'll tell you this. Before this becomes an analyzed Cowboys situation, but I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
In the offenses where Dak really shined, obviously he has his number one.
Mm-hmm.
He had Cole Beasley as his super blanket, get me out of here, / tight end. So either or. And I feel like Brandon Cooks could be like that. And then
the Cole Beasley.
Correct. And then you move into Gallup where, okay, we need a big third down. I've thrown a lot to my number one and my blankets, but I need someone to convert that third down.
I need a sideline toe touch first down. That's what I need.
Yes. Gallup. And that's Gallup. And that's how Gallup succeeds in those situations. Now, our offense hasn't really opened up like that. So that's why it's a pending situation.
It's because, and like I said, not trying to focus on the Cowboys too much, just really quickly. If you look at the target ratio to Gallup Cook and the target ratio to Cooks, I mean, last couple of games, four targets, 4 receptions. He caught everything he threw at him. 4 targets, 1 reception. Okay. Bad game. We all had a bad game against Sanford. Next game, 4 targets, 4 receptions. So he got everything you threw at him. It's like his target ratio isn't bad. It's just it's like they're not going to him because it's just Cowboys don't know they don't run an offense to where they know how to use them. No. It's like, oh yeah, we got this big open the play guy. Well, open the play. Why are you not opening the play?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Cooks should be getting a lot more targets.
Yeah. Cooks is the open play guy, but
we use tight ends a lot, but at the same time, our tight end is good and all, but he's not dynamic.
Yeah.
So I think we could use some of those for more dynamic playmakers rather than a sure safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear that.
All right, let's end this before we talk more about Cowboys. I don't want to talk about Cowboys. It's DraftKings. Just DraftKings, baby. DraftKings. All right, recap.
Related.
Hey, DraftKings top dollar wide receiver Cooper Kupp 9,000. Cooper Kupp over here. I'm about to catch the ball. All right. And up next, Adam Thielen, 6,600. Going down to the value guys, right under the 6,000 mark, 5,900. We got Christian Kirk. And for my last value guy at 4,800, Josh Downs. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
All right, let's go to tight ends.
All right.
Open discussion tight ends. Let's get it, boys.
Travis Kelce.
And Kelsey. Travis Kelce did the thing last week.
He did National Tight End Day.
Actually, the popular lineup, or at least the ones that I saw winning big, had the Kelsey Andrew stack or shit, and I'm like, you slick fucks,
you slime, you
didn't say Kelsey or Andrews, you said Kelsey and Andrews,
Mm-hmm.
and it paid off.
Fucking slimy fucks.
Slimy lineup builders.
I think the Chiefs are getting back into full swing. You know, they always start off slow and looking, and then you're like, oh, I feel so bad for getting the Mahomes and Travis Kelce stack. No, let him warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Past 3 games, Kelce, 22, 24, 38. Targets, 11, 9, 13. He's going to get all the targets. He's WR1. There's a reason he's 8,000 in the tight end, and the next tight end's 6,000.
2,000 cheaper.
Because he's WR1 there. So, yeah, I don't see if you're... Let's see. Denver, I think well, at least do a lineup or two with Mahomes, Kelce stack, for sure.
I agree.
What do we think about Darren Waller? 22
that was one I was huh?
You could continue, Francis. That was one you were going.
I was saying I was looking right at him as you were saying his name.
I like him again this week because of the matchup.
Tea time. That's why.
I think Tyrod has a lot to do with Waller's production lately, for sure.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this bad boy out because we know we're gonna get one game of this guy just breaking the fucking slate.
Oh, I know.
Oh gosh, who?
Taysom fucking Hill.
Yep.
Oh my god, really?
He's been charging up.
12, 16.
Yeah, 12, 16.
Yes, you're right.
Hey, I can't wait for him to do the trifecta. Pass touchdown, receiving touchdown, rush touchdown. It's happening. I don't know when.
33 points.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but he's charging up for it.
He does have one random one a year. It's just what game is it and who's going to pick it.
Exactly, because and especially how Derek Carr can only throw 2-yard outs now. Taysom Hill can at least throw a bomb sometimes. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I can see a pitch and then a bomb by Taysom.
Right? Yep. We're envisioning something. It's happening against this New England Colts. Not New England, Indianapolis Colts game. It's happening. Trust. And he's only 4,000. Only 4,000.
4,000. Hey, go ahead, Dougie. Go ahead.
If you're gonna stay on Taysom, go ahead. If not, I like the guy right below him.
Mr. Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
Mr. Schultz.
Ooh.
3 games, both double digits. CJ Stroud seems to have a thing for him.
Yeah.
For the last 2 games, 10 targets, 7 targets. The last 3 games, each has a touchdown. I think he keeps the streak going because I do like CJ this week. So I think he keeps the streak going and gets another tutty. And I think, like I said, at 3,900, I think if he gets 17 and up, which I think he will do, you're happy.
Big happy.
I like it. Yeah, CJ does trust him, especially in the red zone. What about these 2 names? Or I guess if you were to have to pick one between the 2, George Kittle, 5,400. Debo, I believe, will still be out. Or Dallas Goedert against the Manders, 4,600.
I don't like either of those names.
I don't like either one.
You know what?
Because they're both toss-ups.
And it's not because of their abilities; it's because of what the coach wants to do with them. Because the genius doesn't like throwing to fucking Kittle except 1 game a year. I'm like, dude, how are you not gonna?
He's still a beast.
Not only that, how are you gonna disrespect Kittle on National Tight End Day or weekend, whatever? I feel like if Niners went to Kittle a little bit more, they could have beat the Vikings easily. That's if
they could have done a lot of things different.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm just like, come on.
They could have done a lot of things different.
Hey, matchup nightmare, Kittle. Shoot, the fact that you let Kittle run the ball every now and then in a formation play, give him the ball more. Give him the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With that being said, I do agree with Spuddy, and I think that's why I would lean more towards Kittle this week. I think San Fran, after 2 back-to-back L's, going home, I think they're looking for a bounce-back game. No Debo. I think
they have to stop sliding.
Yeah. No Debo. Hurt McCaffrey. I think Ayuk and Kittle should both have big days.
Yeah.
Both 10 targets minimum. 10 minimum.
And Kyle Shanahan's smart, I think, exactly what Spuddy says. I think you have to get, especially with Debo and a limpy McCaffrey, you have to get Kittle involved.
Yeah.
you just kind of have to, like, especially like Spuddy said, he's just too much of a. He's literally like a Kelsey 1.5. You know what I'm saying? Like he 1.5 because he still got to build and frame. He just don't always get the numbers like Kelsey, but he can if you give it to him.
Yeah,
I mean Kittle could block. That's something that Kelsey can't do.
Kittle could what?
I said Kittle could block. That's something Kelsey can't do.
That sounded like you said Kittle could pop. I was like, and lock.
Lock?
I'm glad you said pop and lock.
This guy. But yeah, if I had to pick one of those 2 names, I would lean more towards Kittle this week.
For sure. Just curious. All right. Other than that, I don't see how we can talk about or make a case for anybody else.
I think you could make a case for Njoku, 3,600. I'll make the case.
Yeah. Okay, go. Run it.
Look, backup tight ends, backup quarterbacks, I feel always love their tight ends. Njoku is a solid tight end, and he hasn't scored a TD this year. I know it's Seahawks. I know it's at Seattle. I don't see Cleveland having a big day, but I mean, if you want to bank, I think if you have only 3,600 to spend, I think out of the names that are there and below, I think Njoku is the best.
Yeah, definitely. If that's the last slot that you decided to save that one for last, and that's your budget, for sure. I agree. I think Njoku at that price range would be the best option.
Yeah, we can move on from tight ends to our defenses.
All right. I, for some reason, have a feeling the Ravens defense, their first defensive touchdown against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I can see that. Cardinals kind of losing that flair and steam they had earlier. People were catching on, yes.
And I mean, also look at points allowed the last 4 games. 3 against Cleveland, 15, 16, and then 6. So defense has been playing nasty last month.
Agreed.
I'll go with the Ravens. Yeah.
I think another one you can maybe get. Like I said, if you think Gardner Minshew and the Colts are going to have a good day, I wouldn't. But I just don't see. I just see some kind of defensive touchdown here, whether it's fumble, scoop, and score, pick 6. I just see something like that happen. The Saints just. I don't know. It's weird. I'm telling you, look at Saints' schedules, like for defensive wise, they have the easiest schedule, but just I'm doing it, man. But I think I think if you want to bank, that's a team. As I'm looking at these other teams, I think that's one that can have a defensive touchdown this week.
I like it. I can see that. Quarterbacks are turnover prone, so yeah. I think either defense has a chance for that one.
Now, if you really want to say F it and just go lowest of the low, then take New England. Why not? I mean,
New England against Miami.
If you're a believer, you're a believer.
I mean, we did say last week the Patriots have the Bills' numbers. Historically wise, it's always been true.
I mean, true, yeah.
But on the flip side, the Dolphins have always given the Patriots trouble, even when Brady was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It is at Miami this time. A little risky, but also a division game, so you never know how those turn out.
Never.
What about? I'll go ahead.
How we feel about Rams Dallas?
I don't like any of that. Don't touch anything that has to do with that game. Like the Cup and Nakua.
Yeah, it's a big stink of a game, I feel.
Yeah.
But aren't you guys sitting at 5-2 right now?
We sure are.
You guys
don't let that fool you, dude.
We sure are.
Don't be talking like you guys are 2-5 right now.
We play no. What I mean by a stink game is it's just going to be an ugly game, and every player that you picked on your lineup, other than Cooper Kupp, is going to do well.
Here's my hot take.
Not do well.
Here's my hot take. This game is either going to shoot out, or you guys are going to dominate the fuck out of the Rams. And I feel like Dak Prescott's going to have a 3-touchdown day.
Nah, here's the reason. Here's the reason why not. Our line has been trashy this season, so that means Aaron Donald's going to have a field day, which means Prescott is going to throw 2 picks. Which means it's going to be an ugly game, which means stop it, Francis.
You don't see Dak rolling out and doing what he does best when he rolls out.
No, I feel like you want to know why? Hey, you want to know why? It's when the rollout is designed to happen, he does well. When they say, "Nah, be in the pocket," and he has to force his way to a rollout, that's when he's in trouble. I've always said that Dak's better on rollout, but it has to be organized for a rollout. This line ain't organized to allow that.
Okay. Those are valid points. My last point on this game is similar to the 49ers. The way Cowboys and Niners are similar is that when they play ahead, when they play ahead, they play great. They look great. They beat down teams when they start off ahead. And I feel like your guys' defense, especially the D-line, has been a little quiet lately, but it's not like lost key pieces or anything. They've just been quiet. So I think if they show up and they wreck the fuck out of Stafford and you guys start playing from a 10-point, 14-point lead, I see you guys just dominating the rest of the way. I feel like that could happen. We'll move off that game. I know it's triggering.
Please.
I mean, personally, I see us winning that game. It's just I don't see us winning the way you say we're going to win.
Yeah.
I think more of the line of Spuddy, like it's going to be either. I think it's either going to be a scrappy game.
It's going to be 16-14.
Yeah, one of those kind of games, or it's just going to be one of those shootouts. Like I do see, like I know Aaron Donald's going to be put pressure because our line is garb. But like Francis said, I just weirdly I think the Rams secondary is kind of garb. Like it's other than their front, I think their secondary is pretty garb. Like
they're not that good. They're not that good.
They're not that good. But it's like we've always said in the past that D line matters, and Aaron Donald is the D line. So I'm just thinking, can the Cowboys like prevent Aaron Donald from wreaking havoc? And in the past, it's usually been no. In the past, and our line keeps on decreasing as the years go on. I know the last time we played the Rams, I'm pretty sure we won, right? If I remember correctly,
we won last year.
Yeah. I remember correctly, yeah. But at the same time, our line is not being well kept together anymore, and I feel like Aaron Donald could have a game against this year. That's what I think.
All right.
Yeah, no, I can see.
All right.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I can see all those scenarios playing out. It is the Cowboys and Rams. It's hard to read this year, so
they are.
All right. Who else? Who else are we making a case for?
Jets, Giants, Saints.
Jets and Giants.
I don't know.
Would you go Jets defense or Giants defense?
That's a hard one. It really is. I would say Jets, just because they have more of the playmakers on that team. Giants will get the stop against Zach Wilson. Jets will make the actual turnovers and do something with it.
The turnovers?
Yeah, that's what I feel. So if I had to pick either or, I would pick the Jets. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd like the Jets more. What's this deal with Daniel Jones? When does he come back? Or what's his issue?
He got like little bitch-itis or some shit like that. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's wrong with him.
It's his neck.
I would love the Jets. I would love the Jets even more. Jets defense pick more if Daniel Jones was the quarterback. I think Tyrod does a good job of protecting it. No Eagles. That's a trap. Is that a trap game?
Trap because divisional. This might be the one game that Washington really shows out against, defensive wise.
Well, they actually almost had it last time. I forgot how close it was. Mm-hmm. And this time they're going to be home. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. That does sound kind of trappy.
Trappy.
All right, Dougie. I think you get us out of here.
All right. Well, that's going to do it this week for our DraftKings Week 8 episode. Hopefully we get you guys a bag this weekend. Hopefully one of us get a bag. Hopefully we're all getting bags. Let's all get rich this weekend, huh? That'd be nice. Thank you for everyone who always tunes in. As always, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all the follows, all the subscriptions. If you aren't following or subscribed, make sure you guys click those buttons, turn on notifications so you know when episodes post. We have the Dookie list posted. We got Spuddy's quick picks coming this week. And we got Instagram popping. Follow us on that too. Follow us on all your podcast followings. And, thank you guys for listening as always. You know who we be. We're the Button Sports. He's Spuddy. He's Francis. I'm Dougie. And we are out of here.